A TV reporter's blunt remark that the Queen will inevitably die soon during a segment on her Platinum Jubilee left Today Show host Allison Langdon. 4 days of parties and parades in the United Kingdom began on Thursday to celebrate the monarch and her 70-year reign. But Channel 9 sportscaster Tony Jones decided the historic milestone was the perfect time to comment that the Queen won't be on the throne for "I love the royal family. I think they're terrific. Long may she reign." At 96, obviously the inevitable is coming, Jones, 60. Jones continued, "I'm not being rude by that, but I think it's inevitable at 96 that she's not going to be on the throne forever." He made the observation in response to Langdon asking whether it was time for Australia to ditch the monarchy and become a republic. Jones said he was an unashamed monarchist and praised the Queen for inspiring pro-royal sentiment in Australia despite the efforts of Republican. "I know she had Prince Philip there as her rock, but her children didn't do a whole lot in terms of warmth and wanting us to remain a monarchy. But the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren have just reinvigorated the whole royal family, and I think they're great." Jones' comments come after Prime Minister Anthony Albanese appointed Sydney MP Matt Thistlethwaite as Assistant Minister for the Republic in the hope of building support to ditch the monarchy if he wins government again in 2025. Mr. Thistlethwaite said during a series of interviews on Thursday that the death of the Queen would signal an appropriate time to move towards "Do we want King Charles, or are we mature enough or independent enough to look to appoint one of our own as our head of state?" he told Sky News. In a further interview with ABC Radio, Mr. Thistlethwaite said, "As the Queen comes to the twilight of her reign, we should pay respect for her for the wonderful job she's done, but I think Australians are beginning to think about what comes next for our nation. It's time we start the serious conversation once again. And looking to have one of our own as our head of state, to recognize that independence and maturity going forward." Mr. Albanese was criticized for making the appointment just before the Queen's Jubilee, a special extended 4-day bank holiday weekend of pomp, pageantry and star-studded fest. Niall Gardner, a former aide to Margaret Thatcher, tweeted, "A sad and reckless move by Australia's new left wing sends completely the wrong message." Jack Barton, from the University of Queensland Monarchists League, called it a slap in the face to those down under loyal to Queen. "I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's come at the worst possible time with an utter show of disrespect to the Queen, and Labour has a disregard for any of the people in Australia who want to celebrate the Queen's." Mr. Albanese will rename an island in the Queen's honour to celebrate her Platinum Jubilee despite his Republican views. The new Prime Minister announced on Thursday that Aspen Island in Canberra's Lake Burley Griffin will be renamed Queen Elizabeth II. Mr. Albanese said he would be honoured to rename Aspen Island in a ceremony on Today. "I have the great privilege of lighting a beacon as part of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee beacons and to commence Platinum Jubilee celebrations in Australia," he said. "Australia will honour and pay tribute to the remarkable dedication and service of Her Majesty the Queen over the course of the Platinum Jubilee official celebration. I look forward to officially renaming Aspen Island to Queen Elizabeth II Island later this week as a mark of Australia's appreciation and respect for Her Majesty." The ceremony to open the island will include a 21-gun salute and a Royal Australian Air Force flypast. The Governor-General and his wife are in London representing Australians at the Jubilee A contingent from Australia's Federation Guard is also in London to participate in the Platinum Jubilee pageant on The Queen has with great reluctance pulled out of Friday's Platinum Jubilee Thanksgiving service at St Paul's Cathedral, Buckingham Palace. And now the monarch, who has been suffering with mobility issues, is said to have experienced discomfort during Thursday's. However, the head of state will still make an appearance at Friday night's lighting of the beacons event at Windsor. The palace said, "The Queen greatly enjoyed today's birthday parade and flypast but did experience some In a full statement, a spokesperson added, taking into account the journey and activity required to participate in tomorrow's national service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral, Her Majesty with great reluctance has concluded that she will not attend. The Queen is looking forward to participating in tonight's beacon lighting event at Windsor Castle and would like to thank all those who made today such a memorable